Quizás muchos de ustedes no saben, pero varios hinchas del Bayern Múnich no querían que Lucho Diaz llegara al equipo. Aquí les traigo uno de los canales que habló de Lucho Diaz antes de llegar, después de que llegó y al comienzo de la temporada. Y hace unas semanas, de cierta manera, se disculparon por todo lo que dijeron. Aquí les traigo todos los videos y esa historia de ese canal hablando de Lucho Diaz. Ya saben, suscríbanse al canal, denle like al video, el pulgarcito me ayuda mucho, dejen sus comentarios. No he visto mucho los comentarios últimamente porque lógicamente estoy de vacaciones, como se pueden dar cuenta, pero muy pronto ya volveré al horario regular y estaré mirando todos sus mensajes. Gracias a todos los que me han mandado mensajes de Navidad y de feliz año y todo eso. Les deseo lo mismo. Ya saben, esto es golazo, el 2026 va a ser espectacular, siempre les voy a traer subtítulos y todas esas cosas y estoy tratando de ver si hago videos en vivo. Pero bueno, los dejo con esto, disfruten, nos vemos muy pronto aquí en Golazo.
But I do wish he was just a bit younger. Let's see what Joey thinks.
I mean, let's take this into consideration. All the other transfer targets that we have, this is definitely looks like a plan B or C because we have so many younger wingers that could even play cam and left wing, like Xavi Simons, like Leao. I mean, I know Leao can't play midfield, but you know, Eze, who not. We have more dynamic players, and we should only be going for Luis Diaz if those don't work out. I mean, we definitely want to build around Elise, Musiala, Pavlovic. We want to build around that young core, and just buying a winger that's already 28, 29, close to 30, pushing 30, unk status. Basically, we don't really need that right now, especially with Harry Kane probably leaving in the next couple of years. We want to build a younger squad. So I'm not really a big fan of this move, especially for the price range and especially for the stats he put up at Liverpool. I mean, this season he had a good season, whatnot, but previous to that, I mean, it seems like his stats just aren't there at that point. Might as well just keep Leroy Sané on left wing at the stats I'm looking at, to be honest with you, or Coleman. So, I mean, yeah, I know numbers aren't everything, but Luis Diaz, I mean, I'm not saying Sané or Coleman are better than him. I would definitely take Diaz over them, but I'm really not a big fan. I really think we need to push for better wingers. I think really, for me, Xavi Simons is that #1 target just because of Musiala's injury especially, and I don't really want to see Luis Diaz at Bayern. I think we could do a lot better. Just with that transfer fee of 70, 80 million, I don't like it.
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree. If the transfer fee was lower, the original cost was 52 million, okay, then you know what? I wouldn't mind that. But honestly, I would rate him like in the 40s to 55 million kind of price range. If we were to lock him up at that range, honestly, I would not be too opposed to that. Maybe get Xavi Simons, I don't know.
As of recent, Bayern have been looking at him once again, and I mean, his price tag's around 100 million, of course, for a player that stature leaving Madrid. They're going to sell him for that much, and I believe that is definitely worth the money. I mean, we're looking at Luis Diaz for 70 to 80 million. I say just up the price to 100 million and get Rodrygo. Much younger, much more talent to develop into. He's proven on the biggest stages, unlike Luis Diaz, I'd say. In the Champions League, definitely Rodrygo is much more proven, and yeah, I mean, it's worth the money to get into him. I mean, we already lost out on Wirtz, so why not just use that cash we're going to use on Wirtz on Rodrygo? I don't know if I'd say Rodrygo's better than Wirtz is better, whatnot, but I definitely say Rodrygo and Wirtz are in a similar playing field in terms of talent and skill, and I think that Rodrygo definitely fits the price tag for 100 million. Rodrygo versus Luis Diaz directly, I mean, we've all seen Bayern Munich are riding Luis Diaz's meat for some reason. I don't know why we're so in depth with talks with this guy. I mean, look at the price tag. Liverpool are easily just cooking us right now. They're cooking our board, and I think we need to just shift focus to Rodrygo as our plan A instead of Luis Diaz. Don't look at that price tag. Look at the return on investment that you're going to get with Rodrygo. I mean, look how many years you can have him at his peak. He's such a young talent compared to Luis Diaz, who's already unk. I mean, it's a no-brainer. We need to build this young squad, and that's not going to happen with Luis Diaz on the left wing. Even worse news to hear about Rodrygo is that the Premier League teams are coming knocking for, I mean, they just signed Eteke and just a bunch of other players. I mean, it's just insane that they're going to even go for Rodrygo as well. Basically, Bayern Munich will be funding Liverpool's transfers. We buy Luis Diaz, give them 80 million. They're going to go and use that money to get Rodrygo. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich should directly be just signing Rodrygo instead of even looking at Luis Diaz. I mean, let's just talk about this also as well. The boards for Liverpool and Bayern. Liverpool and Bayern both got new coaches, Company and Arne Slot, around the same time, and just look at the difference in the board supporting them. I mean, Liverpool have gotten an all-star talent all around the field for Ane Slot and his philosophy and system. Company, I don't even know what he's gotten. I mean, they're nowhere near what Liverpool has gotten, and it's just a disgrace, and it just clearly shows the levels to this. I mean, sure, Liverpool still didn't do amazing in the Champions League, but look at the transfers they're getting this season, on top of keeping all the star players that they basically had. So it's just insane, the difference in that league, and I think it could just be amazing if we signed him and a left winger. And we got to bring it back to Luis Diaz, because apparently Simmons is a plan B for Luis Diaz, which is, I don't even know how Luis Diaz is the plan A at this point. I mean, I guess contractual negotiations are going that well that they want him, or I don't know what they've identified in Luis Diaz. I'm not trying to hate on them that much. I know it might seem like it, but just I think Xavi Simmons is definitely the clear talent that we need to get instead of even Rodrygo. For me, Xavi Simmons is my number one, and I just think the fluidity of him playing in Company's system would be amazing to watch, and just him and Musiala linking it up with Olise and Harry Kane as well, just dream come true. At the end of the day, I would just say if we can, I don't think it's going to happen, but if we could lock in Xavi Simmons and Luis Diaz with the same money we were going to spend for Wirtz, I think that would be perfect for this upcoming season. Even maybe Musiala moves out to left wing when he's back and Xavi Simmons solidifies that camp position. Who is just basically at this point just Luis Diaz, Luis Diaz, Luis Diaz, and it's not what Bayern fans want at all. Of course, the second goal came from Luis Diaz. It was a nice cross. Luis Diaz, free open header. I mean, Sane, I don't know if he would have scored that, so I'm definitely happy about that. Luis Diaz, he got his first goal for Bayern Munich, as many have been waiting for, and it was a very nice goal. Nothing crazy, nothing too spectacular, but it's good to know he's got that in his locker.
It was a winning goal at the end of the day. So Luis Diaz, cup debut, scored, and he essentially has won. It's absolutely fantastic. Scored the winner. You know, hopefully we see more to come as well. I feel like he was really active. First 30 minutes, he was ghosting, but then he started to come in, started to show more of himself as he was in Liverpool, and you know what? I was really satisfied with his performance in this game for sure, and you know, that definitely helped a lot. That's one of probably the reasons why we won, essentially, because of his performance. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's a successful competitive debut from Luis Diaz for sure, and hopefully there's more to come, and hopefully he proves us wrong, Buddy's wrong, and a lot of Bayern fans wrong as well, because a lot of people were obviously against the signing just like we were. So hopefully he proves us wrong, and we'll be the first ones to apologize for sure. Lock that in. So first, we obviously have our Colombian Latina lover, Luis Diaz. Let me tell you, 70 million from Liverpool. Okay, so what do we think about this one? I think so far so good. I think, you know, he's been a little bit inconsistent with the finishing so far, but I feel like once he hits that final product, could definitely be fantastic for Bayern. Yeah, the age, yeah, the price, but I mean, he got rejected left, right, and center, which we will go over in just a few moments, but I think Luis Diaz so far has been doing pretty good. Won his first trophy at Bayern, cooked against Leipzig, scored a goal against Augsburg, so we'll just have to see how that happens.
But yeah, final thoughts. I mean, the Bayern Munich summer, was it a failure? Definitely was not a success, but I don't know if you can consider it an immediate failure. Obviously, Luis Diaz, we overpaid for him. Aging winger. He is performing well at the end of the day to start the season, but I mean, you can't say it. I think it has to be a failure with the amount of targets we went after, failed going after. Not even that we just missed out on targets, but just how messy everything was, how unorganized everything was for a club like Bayern Munich. Bayern almost just choked in the Bundesliga to St. Pauli. It looked real dangerous for a minute there, actually more than a minute, for almost 85, maybe 90 full minutes. We thought we were going to finally lose our win streak in the Bundesliga, just like we did in the Champions League against Arsenal. We thought the bad form was going to continue, but thank God we still have Luis Diaz on our team, because he absolutely carried and saved us this game. What an absolute banger of a game. Not for the play style reasons, but for entertainment purposes, definitely was a banger to see a 90th minute winner at the Allianz Arena.
This game also shows proof that Luis Diaz is probably our best player at Bayern Munich right now. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, he's been coming up in clutch and whatnot. If we actually had him against Arsenal, I definitely think we would have won for sure, because he would have been tracking back, because Gnabry tracking back, it reminded me of Leroy Sané, and I do not want to be reminded of that, let me tell you. But yeah, I kind of yapped a little bit, let Joey yap for a little bit, and we'll go from there.
You can have a separate section, I think, for sure, for Luis Diaz after the goal and assist, and after how much we talked down on his transfer and whatnot. Definitely adds another goal and assist to his tally, which probably brings him to more goals and assists per game. Than
Leroy Sané has ever done for Bayern Munich. He probably has a better ratio than Leroy Sané. So, and he tracks back too. So yeah, Luis Diaz, like I said, you know, he's definitely. I'm a type of person to say that I'm wrong. and I was wrong about it. I never agree with the transfer fee for sure, and I know a lot of people also agree with it. But, I mean, he's been cooking for us, so I cannot be complaining about that. Like I said, if he played against Arsenal, I think we would have won for sure. They wouldn't have been exploiting our right side. They weren't exploiting our fullbacks for sure, with Luis Diaz being there.